Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so excited to have you here. We are going to dive right into your reading. I am going to just begin with a Rumi quote. But I also want to start by thanking those of you who regularly watch my channel, who like, share, who comment. I really do appreciate all of your support every day. You guys are amazing. Thank you. And to those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I am very happy to have you here as well. Just keep in mind these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Our Rumi quote is, if we find meaning in our life, we earn our humanity. And on the bottom of the deck you have, the mind is like a net, able to catch fish when at peace, torn and useless when disturbed. I'm just going to leave those there. And let you guys just interpret them. Maybe they mean something to you. Maybe not. All right, here we go. We're going to dive right in. For Pisces, please, Spirit, for Pisces, what do you have for Pisces? What can you tell me? What does Pisces need to know right now? What does Pisces need to know right now? Okay. Man, I knew when you guys, when that Rumi card came out, that was like, the mind catches fish when it's at peace, but when it's torn and disturbed, you know, it there may be something here, Pisces, that is happening in your environment or in your community or within your friend group or with a particular person that is kind of causing you to feel a bit anxious or feel a bit like, what is the outcome going to be here? Or, you know, what is happening that I don't know about? There's just something here where there's just this feeling of, it feels a little bit of kind of feeling left out, or feeling like you don't have all the information, or feeling like you're just not on the same page with the people around you, the community around you, even possibly your friend group. Okay, and also what I'm really getting here is that this may be something that is part of a deeper wound within you that is just sort of being triggered. This could also be your person, so just keep that in mind. But this can be part of a deeper wound. Like, you know, if you have a fear of abandonment, or like if when you were a kid you were bullied, or you you know, had a parent that didn't show up, or you were ousted from a friend group, or you felt shame and humiliation at some point socially for whatever reason, however it happened. When something comes up, and it may be even kind of innocuous, or it may not be really a big thing, it can feel bigger because it is actually triggering this deeper seated kind of wound. And so something that can be a very powerful tool to help us in life in general is if we can reprogram our brain, right, to when we start to feel anxious, when we start to feel uncomfortable, to take a breath and to sort of look at the situation and ask ourselves, what does this remind me of? When did I feel like this before? Where is this actually coming from? Is this moment in time? Because, you know, one of the things that I have really truly noticed about Pisces who are in like light energy is that they have been hurt, because they feel deeply. They feel far more deeply than most people. And so they have had their feelings hurt multiple times socially, or, you know, in relationships or in communities. But Pisces are super resilient, and it's like they may dive deep for a minute and really feel it and really be saddened by it and really go through the paces. But typically Pisces come back stronger. They come back with a deeper understanding. They end up tapping into that high priestess and that hangman, and they get a different perspective. They get some enlightenment, and they see they become bigger and better and stronger because of it. And so, you know, these things end up affecting us less and less and less. They end up not being able to really move us from our own space of strength once we can just take that breath and sort of look at it and sort of go, okay, I see what that is. I see why I'm feeling as much as I'm feeling. You know, it isn't just related to this. It's related to everything. And I have already overcome that. I already, you know, I know what I know. I can't worry about other people. If other people are going to talk about me, let them. If other people are going to be mean to me, let them. I will go a different direction. I will find my way, just as I have always done. You have survived 100% of your worst days. You're going to survive this, no problem. And I think it was yesterday or very recently, I'm actually seeing this blue card that says envious in cursive letters. And I feel like that came out in another reading very recently. So it may be at this time, things may actually be going well for you, or you may actually be making some kind of achievements or something like that. With this thinking woman, there's something about her that's making me feel some type of elevation. And it's like not everybody may be able to hang in the echelon that you're hanging in right now, Pisces, energetically, aurically, socially, whatever the case may be. And so they may be actually trying to affect you or to kind of weaken you or to kind of tear you down. Honestly, all of this is just beneath you. It isn't even anything that you need to even like give anything to, is really what it's coming to. Like, don't give it more thought, power than it deserves, because that only serves as a distraction for you. It only kind of, lets things kind of come up that, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like keep it in perspective, keep it in its space. I just keep feeling like this is just not that big a deal. Don't let it affect you. You know, stay in your position of power and realize whose problem it is. And it does feel like it's someone else's jealousy or someone else's enviousness. Okay, it's interesting because I chose today a lot of hard cards, okay? And wow, oh my gosh, and they seem to really be in alignment with each other, my God. I usually don't use these cards. I say that every time I use these cards, but I probably have only used them like 3 times on this channel. And not because they're not good cards or whatever, but because they tend to have a space of dark or like sobering or like shadow side type energy. And I'm just not always in a space where I'm prepared to like open up to like all of those types of energies. And you know, you have on the bottom of the deck this strength energy, and it literally means that this card is really about the fact that sometimes life is going to present you with challenges that, you know, seem like much bigger than they actually are. They seem like they might actually take you down, or that they could, you know, we have a tendency to give things our power, but nothing can take your power without your consent. And I mean, that is such a powerful statement. I'm going to say it again. Nothing can take your power without your consent. You have to be willing to give your power away in order for something to be able to take it. They can't just come and usurp it. And then you have this energy of obedience. And the energy of obedience is, you know, it's kind of interesting because it's sort of saying that how do I even want to say it? you kind of have to just stay true to yourself, and you kind of have to make yourself your priority, your vision your priority, and sort of sometimes close out some of these things, like not even acknowledge them, not engage with them, not resist them, not whatever, you know, stay true to yourself. And you see how she has that sword in her hand. The sword is our thoughts, and this is us owning our thoughts, not our thoughts owning us. You see how she has that blindfold on, and you see how she's holding the scales. This is how she's keeping her balance. This is how, because she's staying obedient to herself and to her own priorities and her own, you know, highest and best good. That's how she's maintaining the balance. She's controlling her thoughts, and she's not letting the external in so much. You know, there are just facts of life that we cannot change. We cannot take away other people's low vibration. We cannot take away jealousy and envy of others. We cannot play small to, you know, let people, you know, kind of have it their way just to make everybody comfortable or just to escape the situation. We take up space, and we are, it feels like, Pisces, what is happening here is that you're kind of having some kind of elevation happen. Like you're either getting some kind of recognition, some kind of reward. Maybe you're going into some kind of relationship. You know, sometimes like if you're getting together with someone that other people may also be interested in, or other people may be interested in you, that can spark a lot of jealousy and envy. And a lot of times it's like you don't even know where it's coming from. Like you know, and energetically, when you're in this kind of transition where you're ready to elevate, and you know, there is this energy of like, not everyone can come with you. You know, not everyone is ready to elevate with you. And so you can't keep your balance by trying to, you know, elevate and keep everything that is already kosher and copacetic. You have to kind of elevate and let what wants to fall away, fall away. What can't come with you, fall, you know, leave your life. Because that is the true story of life. You know, that's why we have to live with detachment. That's why attachment is the root of all suffering. Because when we think we have to keep things in our life, and we bend over backwards to maintain something that really is no longer a vibrational match for us, we create a lot of suffering for ourselves. And that's why we have to be obedient to our highest and best, and to our own balance, and to maintaining a healthy mindset, and a healthy, you know, owning our thoughts and not having our thoughts own us. And sometimes we have to do that by just not acknowledging or looking at things, or giving them our time or our energy, or trying to make things work, or trying to accommodate it. We can't play small. We can't be apologetic. We have to just be who we are, and we have to recognize that when we are elevating, it does inspire a lot of reaction from other people who are triggered. But we don't want to take on their issue. We don't want to make it ours. You know, we don't want to bring on our own suffering while we're trying to balance something that really isn't meant to be a part of our life anymore. So there's this question of loyalty here with this loyalty card. And this card is about, really, it's about standing up for what you believe in and who you believe in. And sometimes, Pisces, that's got to be you. You know, in fact, all of the time, really, it's got to be you. Sometimes we have a path that is going with someone else at that time. But you got to choose your side. You got to choose whose side you're on. And, you know, it usually works out best for you in life when you choose your own side. And when you figure out what that is, you know, and intentionally and mindfully stay loyal to it. There's a quote that's coming to my mind. It's like, you above all else deserve your own loving kindness. I probably butchered it, but you get what I mean, right? And this reminder card, remember how I was saying there are these moments where it triggers some deeper core wounding that we had like as a child or something. So it's like, it's not even that this moment is so monumental or so big. It's just that this moment is a reminder, right, of something else that we've already been through that really hurt us, and that, you know, maybe we weren't as equipped to process at that time as we are now, or, you know, it was the first time we experienced it, so it was the most intense. And so sometimes when we can just remember, when we can just take that breath and we can say, is it this moment, or is it this feeling that I've had before that creates this reaction? Because at one point I felt powerless to this feeling. At one point I did not have the tools or the belief in myself that I had the capacity to actually navigate this space, right? So now we're going to go even deeper with this energy and look at the dark mirror oracle. And this is meant to reflect, right, some of the shadowy type things. So this one is a particularly challenging deck, I'll say it like that. For Pisces, please, Spirit. The good news is I just went through it one whole time and nothing came out. And for me, that's a symbol that, like, there's not a heavy focus on this energy at this time. But we're going to see. If anything, there it is. I knew something wanted to come out because I wouldn't have grabbed these cards if not. First of all, what I immediately notice is 11 and 22. These are both master numbers. You know, an 11 always makes me go, okay, you know what? You are exactly where you're meant to be, right? Pisces, I'm really getting there is an energy of like a breakup here. There is an energy here, Pisces, of something or someone or some group or whatever that can't come with you where you're going. I really distinctly feel that you are elevating, or you are having a moment. You may be entering into a relationship. You may be, this is some kind of transition that is separating you from something that used to feel like it had, whew, I just got the word ownership and I hate that. A claim to you, okay? You know, you belonged to them in some way, or they felt entitled to your energy to some degree, however that is, okay? And now you're separating yourself from it, and there is this like kind of like breakup sort of dark energy. And what happens when that happens? You know, the jealousy, the envy, the all of it comes out. But it's, you know, there is a sadness and there is a grief on your part, even if, because anything that had that type of proximity to us, we once believed in it. We once felt a sense of closeness, or we once desired its connection, right, in our life. And when we kind of typically as human beings go through that experience, we also develop hopes and dreams with it. We also develop, you know, a feeling of almost like loyalty to it. We develop a sense of investment in it, right? And then when this falls apart, even if it's ready to fall apart, even if we know it's time for it to fall apart, we will have this sense of sadness, of grief, because even though we may know it's not in our highest and best good at this time, we're kind of grieving what it once meant or stood for or was in our life. All right, Pisces, let's see what this is all about. What is going on for Pisces here, please, Spirit? God, I just saw the Wheel of Fortune plain as day. Turning tables. Oof, something's happening fast. Something is happening fast, but wow, holy mackerel. Okay, let me tell you what I just got. Something is happening fast, but it may appear to be happening fast, or the change may appear on the outside to have happened almost immediately overnight with the Knight of Swords. But it's like the truth is just getting out very quickly here. It isn't actually something that's happening fast. This is something where a lot of work, a lot of time, and a lot of effort has been put towards this. For some of you, wow, man, I'm getting so many scenarios with this. Lord have mercy on my soul. You guys really have to listen to your own intuition. I feel like I need to speak in as much generality as I can, because I do feel like there's kind of this like open-ended energy here. For some of you though, there is someone who is like really stepping into their power too. They have been putting in the work day in, day out, and they are really stepping into their power and even really being recognized for holding a space of greater power with the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles. And with the Knight of Swords is kind of like getting out. So for some of you, this could be a promotion at work. This could be something where you're being recognized as being like the one with the most expertise or something like that in a situation. It can, for others of you, also be, you know, kind of that divine masculine energy, really putting in the work, and like a relationship here where there is someone who's of a high power status kind of energy, where other people might be jealous of you potentially, and they've been putting in the work, or it's been something that you have been working on, but like maybe haven't let the world know. With the Knight of Swords, it's like getting out there very quickly. Something's going to happen where the news travels very fast that like there is this relationship happening or something to that degree. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. We're going to clarify it. Woof, the devil is on the bottom of the deck, guys. Jealousy, enviousness, addiction. People feel they are entitled to your energy. I keep getting that. Like, how dare you elevate without them? Yeah. So this rise into power, right, with the Emperor, it's a transformation. I mean, Pisces, it's a transformation. It's the marking of the end of an era and the beginning of a new era. And, you know, it feels as though there are some people who aren't really very fond of it. But, you know, with the Three of Wands coming on the Eight of Pentacles, this is just like, for me, this energy of like, hey, you have solidly worked very hard, putting one foot in front of the other, doing the work, putting in the effort day after day to be able to look at your future and feel this way. To be able to be in the place that you're in right here. You have done the work, Pisces. And now you are able to look to a much more optimistic, a much more hopeful kind of future. And it is because you're standing on the solidity of the work that you have done. And with the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like, what do you want? Because you are in the energy to go get it. And it can also be, Pisces, where there is something that you have been working on that you really do deeply want and that you have been really taking action on. You just may not have let other people know. You may not have really called a lot of attention to it in your life. There can also be here potentially a fire sign who's like, okay, hey, you know what, I want this and I'm really ready to take action on it. You know, I've laid the groundwork and I'm asking myself, what do I want to see in my future? And I know that it's this, I know that it's you. And they're really stepping into their power and saying, okay, let's do this. And it may be creating quite a transition in your life where, you know, when you choose to make room for, you know, a relationship like this is serious with an Emperor, you know, not, you know, it may be that you just don't even have as much to give to other situations. Whatever this is, it feels like it's happening very fast to someone. It could be you, it could be your person, but it could also be the people around you watching this happen. So, and for some of you, it can be at work and love. But it's like this has come from a lot of hard work and a lot of determination and a lot of really being in touch with what you desire and having the willingness to like go for it. Oh yeah, here we go. For some of you, you're entering into some type of power couple situation where it's like, you know, this is a soulmate. You know, God, I don't even know how I want to say this. What wants to come out, and this feels like slightly inaccurate, is that the majority of people are really in relationships of convenience or of, well, there was something about you and there was something about me and we got together and, you know, you were single, I was single, you know, it seemed like it could work, you know, but it's like, how do I want to say it? It's transitory. It's transactional. I don't know. I don't know. Like, no matter how I try to phrase it, it feels like this is something to get me through this moment. It's not something that is going to last forever. So then when you have a true soulmate, or you have a true solid relationship that enters into this space, right? And it sort of holds a mirror up to everyone else, what is missing in their relationship. And kind of creates a bit of conflict and a bit of like, who do they think they are kind of energy, or how rude kind of energy. And it feels like, Pisces, you're entering into, or you're making a choice, and this may be a choice to leave a company. This may be a choice to pursue a higher goal in your life. It's something abundant, and it's something fruitful, and it's something tangible that the people around you can sort of see that, like, okay, you're moving into a different bracket. You're moving into a different stratosphere with this choice. And it can be a relationship as well. And it's like the people around you with the Knight of Wands, there's a little bit of, what I'm getting is anger, like passion and anger, you know, with the wand energy. And anger, has many effects. Like, it doesn't just affect what it's directed at, right? It affects, it's like fire, right? It's like, I may light this match and my intention may be to just like light this one card, but as soon as this card catches a flame, it's like gonna hit many other things. And it just you know, in like the movies, like, I don't know, Die Hard or Terminator or something, there's like all this explosion and then out emerges like Bruce Willis or Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, and they're like, you know, kind of bloody and dirty, but they're like emerging like strong and survival. And like, in the end, I really beat whatever it was that was trying to come for me. It sort of feels like a moment like that, where Pisces is like, you're emerging out of this space, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Bruce Willis. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of like, it's not that I was unscathed, but I stayed very, very focused on the mission at hand. And I stayed very, very focused on my own energy and maintaining balance and not letting other people's, you know, external conflict and chaos and drama and other people's like passion and temporary reaction to the choice that I made for my own well-being, my own abundance, my own fruitfulness in life, it affect me. I like didn't even, I survived it. They may have blown up their spots, because that's what happens is people really get exposed. If you maintain your sense of balance and you really hang on to this like obedience energy, people blow up their own spots. It's crazy. Like if there are people around you that are jealous of you, or like they actually liked you, but they didn't have the courage to like come forward and be in a connection with you. And then you've now made some choice to like be in a connection with someone else. And now all of a sudden they're going to have some weird, like heavy duty reaction to it. All it says is that, wow, I actually really did. I was really passionate about this. I really did have deep feelings about this, but I just didn't have the courage of my convictions. And now I'm pissed off and jealous because you've decided to go in a different direction. I mean, they're blowing up, they're exposing themselves. Like that's what I'm getting. It's like, kind of like let them face themselves here. Wow, freak, look at that. I mean, you are only going after what you desire. You are only, it's like the universe is offering you an opportunity for something that you deeply desire here, Pisces. And it is, you're taking it, and it is exposing, maybe someone who's been in and out of your life. It may be exposing like other people's own anger, insecurity, whatever. And that I feel with Temperance and the Star card here, back to this obedience energy of maintaining your own balance and focusing on yourself and your own wish fulfillment and your own desires at this time, and just sort of letting the chips fall where they may, yeah, it's not that you are going to get through this without being triggered or without getting a little bloody or a little dirt on your face, like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis. I mean, they got to go through a lot to get to that ending. But it's like if you maintain this sense of what is really important here and what your goal is, and you maintain your own balance and you don't allow yourself to be affected by other people's enviousness and other people's jealousy. I mean, I just keep getting the word envious. Then, if you make yourself an immovable object, when you say this, I am the pillar of consciousness in my own life, and this is what I'm true to. This is the vision that I hold for myself. This is my desired outcome. And I am going to work every single day to maintain my balance. And it's not that things aren't going to challenge me. And it's not that someone's not going to come and like push on me. And I may teeter a little bit, but I'm always going to return to this space of balance. And I am not going to move. Then guess what? Other people have to move because you're not moving. And they're the ones with the problem. They're the ones that need something to move. If you refuse to be the one to move, then they have to. And I feel like that's what's happening here. And their movement is blowing up their spot and exposing them for exactly who they are and exactly, what the truth is behind the situation. It's pretty incredible in the way that I see it. And I mean, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Seven of Wands. And underneath that, the Page of Swords. It's like there are people seeing this. Like it is not unknown to other people. Other people are able to see with their own eyes that you are defending yourself. You're fighting for your spot. You're fighting for what you believe. You're not doing anything that, isn't understandable or you're living your life, I mean, who can fault you for that? People will try. Look at that, the Page of Swords again. You're creating a space in your life that has a lot of options, Pisces. You can go a lot of different directions. There's a lot of choices you can make. with the Seven of Cups energy here. With the Page of Swords, it's like people are really seeing this for what it is. You know, people are seeing you, Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Choose a path. All right. They're seeing you emerge from potentially some confusion, some, you know, a space where maybe you had a lot of options. They're seeing you go, okay, I'm choosing this path and I'm taking active steps towards it. And what that means is you have to leave something behind to move towards this now that you've made this choice. And people are watching this. People are seeing this. And they're seeing what's ensuing, you know? They're seeing both people's reaction to it, and they're also seeing your bravery and your courage to go into the unknown, to be willing to face challenges, to be willing to leave a space where maybe you were a big fish in a small sea, you know, and to become the small fish in the big sea. Or, you know, there's this whole energy here of you are making progress. And what happens next from the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, right? So you are actively moving toward your wish fulfillment. And people are seeing that. And they're watching. You know, they may be, you know, spying on you a lot more than you realize, or even talking about you a lot more than you realize. Yeah, but you can't worry about it. It isn't your problem. It's their problem. You just got to keep remembering that you're sitting in your value and your worth, and you're making decisions accordingly. And anything that is reciprocal, anything that can continue to give back to you, it's not like you're like, I'm too good for all of you. You know what I mean? Or this situation or whatever it is. You know, anything that is still making a positive contribution, you're more than willing to continue to pay into it. You're more than willing, but it is as within, so without. And you see in that obedience card there with those, the scales, right? It's maintaining your balance by, you know, it's staying focused and owning your own thoughts and not letting them own you, and maintaining your sense of balance, you know. And as you do that within, it's also coming without. And with the Six of Pentacles, this is where the universe balances things out. They say, hey, Pisces, good job. You really navigated that space well. You went from a very turbulent thing into a much calmer thing. And you did it by knowing your worth and staying steady and staying grounded and staying centered in your value and in your worth. And so here's your big payout. Here's your karmic reward for that energy. Dang. Wow. So Pisces, here's the part where maybe a long-term relationship comes in. You know, there is communication, there is news, there is a congratulations, there is a celebration. This is definitely, you have moved into a new echelon. This is the part where you see your success come into motion. You know, with the Four of Wands, this can be a new job, a new house, a new, you know, space to belong, right? It can also be a long-term relationship, a marriage, an engagement. With the Eight of Wands, this is moving forward towards success and victory with very little obstacle, if any. Really, it's like no obstacle. It's a very fast-moving energy towards success and victory. It's also Cupid's arrows, so it can be the entrance of a very significant relationship, a very strong soulmate relationship. With the Magician, why is all this happening? Because you stepped into your power, because you became the alchemist of your life, because you set a goal for yourself and a standard for yourself and determined your worth and that you were worthy of what you were asking for and where you were going. And now here it is, your payoff. Wow. That is a powerful, 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 powerful. Wow. Oh my God. That is a powerful combination. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is mind blowing. You have the Devil on the bottom of the deck. This is the envious people watching you. You took some time here, Pisces, to really think about where you were going, to set the goal, to set the standard for yourself, and to, this can even be like a spiritual healing, or a spiritual journey where it's like you learned a lot, or you learned a lot of tools to help you navigate or to help you alchemize where you were into where you wanted to be by staying very focused on what that goal was. And you are having a lot of success. You're having a lot of movement forward. And with the Chariot and the Four of Wands, this can be like your life partner for sure. And people are really jealous. People are really, you can even feel it in this Devil card. Yeah, look at that. They're watching and they're trying to hold you back from opportunities that are coming in because you have mastered your situation. Yeah, these people may have stood there thinking they had all day long to make their decision about coming forward towards you or being brave for you, or whatever the case may be. They may have been juggling you, or this could even be like a job where it's like dangling that carrot in front of your face saying, yeah, we're going to promote you, but then never doing it. And then you finally were like, screw that. I'm going to find it somewhere else. I'm not going to wait all day for you. And now they're mad because they needed you much more than that, much more than they may have acknowledged. But it doesn't matter, Pisces. You don't care. You're moving in your direction towards success and victory. Both of these cards, actually, all of these cards, they're talking about moving towards your wish fulfillment, success, and victory. Every single one of them. And the Chariot is like a very balanced energy, and it's like I'm coming out of this period of time where I'm being by myself and I'm really very focused on my dreams and on my wish fulfillment, and I'm emerging out of it equally yoked. I'm emerging out of it potentially in a team that is very strong and very successful. It could be a power couple, you know what I mean? It could also be like a really strong business opportunity where, yeah. Pisces, it's not that people are not going to try to block you or not try to stop you. The Eight of Wands is moving forward without obstacle. And now you've got all these eights right here to end your reading. And the 888 is a very powerful number. The thing is here, Pisces, it's like you have gone to work on everything that could potentially block you from your success and from your well-being and whatever this incredible forward movement is in your life that you're experiencing now or getting ready to experience. You may still be in the process of transmuting something or alchemizing something or manifesting something, but it's coming through. And it's like, I keep feeling like, okay, and it almost maybe even part of the confirmation may be that there are a lot of jealous people in your environment. Maybe the confirmation of that, yep, Pisces, you're in it, you're in the energy, you're in the flow of this reading is for you, may be that you start to see people acting weird around you or people doing immature stuff around you. But this reading is really to tell you, like, just keep your head down, stay focused on where you're going, what you're doing, stay focused on the work at hand, and let those people blow their own spots up, become the immovable object so that they have to be the one to move. It is their problem, not yours. You're moving on to success and victory because of the work you've already done. I don't know. All right, let me get you some messages. The thought of you still does things to me. I'm just doing what I have to right now. If you're dealing with a water sign, if you're dealing with a fire sign, okay. I care too much about what other people think right now. I wish I had told you how much you really mean to me. And songs are speaking to me. If you are dealing with an earth sign, you are getting, my family and upbringing are a bigger factor than I realized. I feel too much pressure right now, and you've affected my life significantly. And if you are dealing with an air sign, there are still so many things unsaid between us. And I am really bad at commitment. Pisces, go get them. That's what I feel. This is what I have for you. I hope it helps. I hope it brought you some peace and some clarity. And, you know, let them is some of the 2 best words of advice anybody's ever said, I feel. Let them. Just let them. It is their problem. Let them live with it. Let them deal with it. Don't take it on. You don't need to. This is what I have for you guys. I'm always, always, always your biggest fan and cheerleader and wishing you the best. Always, always, always. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.